No, and there we go. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 447 of Tenno. My name is MDRLOz. This is Xeno.
Why?
And we are here to talk and play. While I play, he talks. I listen. Sometimes when I can be bothered about Warframe.
When you can be bothered.
When I can be bothered.
Wow.
Yep. So we begin each week as we do normally with the most glorious of things.
Emblems. Yep. I win.
Yeah, yours is cool. I don't. The problem mine is you can't even. It's definitely an emblem there, but you're like it's zoomed in, so at least it's like that's where the emblem is. When it's combined with the rest of the color of the armor set, you're like, what is that?
Where is it?
Wait, is that is that just some doodle? Okay. Yep, there is that. However,
if you wish to win 75 platinum for your platform of choice, go into the description below and you'll win a chance to win 75 platinum by filling in the form with all the questions from this week's episode. Make sure you spell your in-game name correct, because if you spell it wrong, D's gonna be like, "Oh, who this at?" And I'll be like, "Oh," and then they'll be like, "No," and I'll be like, "Okay." So no one wins. Yeah. So speaking of which, moving into Dojo Dusting.
memes off. Power to the memes.
We have some platinum winners to announce. So for PC, we have Robo11500. PlayStation, we have Sir Lockalot94. For Xbox, TD Stranger 101. And Switch, we have Shrike613. So I'll be reaching out to DE shortly. Actually, no, I would have reached out to DE by the time this goes out. And yeah, they will distribute to you shortly. And then the next piece of Dojo Dusting is the TennoCon digital pack giveaway on my Twitter account. That's concluded. We have a winner. Those details have gone off to DE. If you want to see who the winner was, it's in. It's like a reply on that tweet and everything. But yeah, so they've been contacted and all good and glorious. And then the last thing I want to say is for TennoCon, what we would normally do is, what the hell is on your head?
Barketeer.
Is that a new Barketeer mask?
Yeah.
That looks fugly as hell.
Can't. Oh, I can't rotate it.
That looks so fugly.
Hello,
There's
Xeno.
so many-
I'm here to tell you about the Dojo Dusting of the week. We have fugly masks for sale. Only this week. Go fugly masks.
Is that the default colors?
I don't know. It's Prime, so I guess it is. It's white, black, and gold. But I think I run white, black, and gold, to be honest. So no, it probably isn't. Because that's probably my colours. I don't think there's a way to see it in default. Yeah.
Why is it like this weird creamy color?
That's probably... Looking at my armour, it's probably trying to copy my armour is why.
Okay.
I'll have to save up and buy it for you, so you can see how ugly it is. I'm a superhero. My name is Owlface. Meh.
Actually, it reminds me so much of Kamen Rider, but without the lenses for eyes. Anyway, moving on. So the other piece of news is typically for TennoCon, we do the following episode of 10 o'clock is all about TennoCon. However, because of additional ventures into yet more podcasts, timing is a bit of a factor. So what we've decided to do this year is we're going to do the normal 10 o'clock episode, which will be recorded before TennoCon. So it'll just be your usual stuff. And then after TennoCon, we're going to record something special with Nazareth, and then we're just going to release it immediately. So yeah, that's that in a nutshell. So there won't be, for that special thing, it'll just be TennoCon. There'll be no emblems, there'll be no memes, community shoutouts, or anything of that like. It'll just be TennoCon stuff, and that's it. I think that's it for Dojo Dusting. Now to go to the war report.
No, that's topics. There we go. Buttons.
Now we go to the war report.
So, now I'm going to tell you about the war report of this week. Hello everyone, I am Strange Man with Strange Helmet. There's not much going on at the moment at Warframe, but I can tell you that TennoCon is on the Saturday the 16th of July, so please watch that. There's also bundles available on the website, so you can get access and armor and thingies and access to the cool Barracuteers relay. Go get that now.
And yes, I wish he would stop too. It's fine. Keep going.
No, I will not stop, crazy man in the top right corner. I am a hero of justice. And lastly, I would let you know that the Harrow... What is it? Harrow statue? You get a Harrow statue. Yeah. That looks like to be the... By the way, that does... Oh, you can't see because it's underneath me, but that actually looks to be the default colours because it's the same for the thumbnail image. Yeah. There we go. I'll stop. Are
you going to get it?
Yeah, because it's so stupid. But good question there, Xeno. Now, I want to say that because the one thing is, if you buy access to... I think you have to buy access to the Barracuteer, so you can get access to the Barracuteer relay over at when TennoCon happens. When that happens, Barracuteer brings his entire stock. Everything he's ever produced, the Barracuteer is available then. So, even if you miss on this today when this comes out, because by this comes out, Barracuteer will be gone, you can gain access to the entire Barracuteer stock if you go to the website, which is just Google TennoCon, I think it's Warframe/TennoCon or something, and then buy access on there, one of the bundles that has access to it, and then when TennoCon happens, you can get to the Barracuteer relay, and you'll be able to get everything there. There you go. So, in case you miss out, yeah, don't miss out again. That happens once a year. And why does no one have emblems?
No one ever has them.
No.
Well, that's why we got to wait for TennoCon, because as soon as TennoCon happens, we're going to have the emblems for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Well, you see this person just in the corner. No emblems. Very sad. Yeah, but apart from that, there's not much going on with the war report. Honestly, we are just in the waiting pattern for TennoCon at this point. So, yeah. Don't know what to tell you. Let us move on, though, to the topics of this week.
Cool. So, topic 1 is Steel Path weapons. Oh, I hope this is what I hope it is to be. And topic 2 is the community concept is Sif Killjoy grenade launcher. Cool. Right. So let's.
Is that Cora?
I couldn't tell you. No. Hold on, can you turn around? Look at the back. Does it have feet?
No, it's Wisp.
That's Wisp.
It's Wisp without helmet. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wisp.
Yeah.
That also Wisp.
So...
that's a
yeah.
All right,
there we go. So going into the first topic, Steel Path weapons. Anyone know any base primary/secondary that work in Steel Path? By base, I mean non-Kuva or special weapon, except for syndicate weapons. I have mild success with the Synapse, though it took 6 former and a God Roll Riven. What happened to this community? All I did was ask for advice on good Steel Path weapons. Not quite sure what that last point is about, but damn, I was genuinely hoping, that this was going to be. Could we actually have weapons dropped in Steel Path?
Yeah, or weapons designed around Steel Path. The last part is an edit.
Oh, I wonder if the community did not, respond well. So how much of an issue do you have with Steel Path? How much do you struggle with it?
I don't often do it, but when I do, I choose the right mods to what I'm doing. I can just do it with my obstacle, but it's more of a challenge. But I try and use things like Nell Prime. Got a good Nell build going on, so that helps me just blitz stuff. But yeah, it depends, right? With Steel, there's all these people. So, if you just ask what weapons to use and say you equip a weapon, it's more than that. It's also the mod build. And I'm not saying that you need Rivens, but Rivens do help. But also, even then, you can have a Riven and be like, yeah, this is a pretty good Riven roll, but it's not the right damage, and your damage types are terrible for the enemies you're fighting, and then you'll still find a bit of a challenge, which is good. It is good. But the problem is that it starts showing with that is that you don't really get decent feedback from all the complexity you can in a mod build and why you're doing damage or why you're not, why you're not doing a billion damage. It's like, well, how do you know? You just sort of go into the mod, you get like, put all the damage mods in, put some crit stuff in a crit gun, put a ribbon in it, and then start shooting things in Steel Path and still be failing horribly because you've done the elements wrong or you don't have the right status procs happening. It can easily happen. So, yeah. I like it, and I do find it a challenge, but it does highlight the problem with the crazy amount of complexity to builds these days. Now, when you say complexity, I'm not saying like, oh, Loz doesn't understand builds. Well, firstly, no, I don't understand builds. But also, it's gone to the point where it's not just... It's not, like, that's my little thing I saw. It's not just, okay, I get the big crit gun, I put the crit mods in, and that's it. There may be some guns you can do that with, but you've got to know which guns they are. But that's the thing, you've got to start to know. I can't just get a Mark 1 Bratton and gloop it up and be really amazing, unless I'm like, but don't you know, Loz, if you use a Mark 1 Bratton with a negative recoil ribbon that also has this, and then you put toxins in, and you use this one mod from this syndicate combined with this arcane, and oh look, my Mark 1 Bratton destroys the universe! Like, I just wanted to play a game where I put mods in a gun and shot them with it. Shot people with it. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But when you came back and said, like, don't come to me, don't at me, bro. I was very much like, yeah, I mean, I would have no leg to stand on to turn around and say to you, hey, you don't, how can you not know how to do a weapon build for Steel Path? I'm completely there with you, right? It's very much an information sensory overload, right? It's not possible to retain the entire knowledge base of Warframe in your head, like, sorry, all the mods and things, and thus it's very difficult to know what combination of mods to use.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll be honest, I get very apathetic to the situation.
Yes.
Like,
Which it's so weird. Back in like 2014, I would happily pick up a new weapon, stick mods in it, and give it a go. Nowadays, new stuff comes out, and I just have to force myself to use it. Like with the new Incarnate weapons.
Yeah. And I don't know if other people encounter that. I don't know about, I don't know, right? But I will say that the complexity behind a lot of the system, it's too demotivating, and I don't want to pick it up.
Yeah.
Right. I'd rather have that knowledge come to me than me to go out and find it. And I do think that is potentially a very large sore point for potentially why the game loses players. Right. The complexity behind modding stuff is just too vast.
Yeah.
Right. And if we could get rid, if there was a way to activate other mods, like, do you know like the galvanized mods?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could,
I mean side grades, but okay.
Yes. Well, no, they are still side. Yeah, but it's still viable. In order to use one, you have to put the original into it. Yeah. Does that make sense? You have to consume it in order to actually use it. You invest more into that. You'd learn more about that galvanized mod and whether or not it was worth it. Right? Apart from now, where it's just like, well, I know there's galvanized mods and that's it. I don't care.
Yeah. But I think it's more than that. It needs to go deeper than that, I'm afraid. Because There's so many mods. It's not just the Galvanite mods, it's the set mods. How are you going to do those better? I lost you there for a second.
No.
How do you teach people about set mods? And, you know...
Does the game need set mods?
No, set mods are cool.
They are cool,
but
I feel the problem...
But it would have been good if, let's say, you do the normal star chart, normal mods, Steel Path.
Yeah.
Steel Path has set mods. Oh, I get set mods from Steel Path. Right, okay, I appreciate that. And then as I get them in Steel Path, I will then appreciate them more. Instead of just doing the star chart randomly. Oh, here's the Plains of Eidolon. Oh, the set mods appearing. Oh, the set mods here, set mods there, set mods everywhere. You just get them from just randomly playing the game instead of being Steel Path, which I love the concept of Steel Path, and I really should do it more. I just keep, doing other things. But you would then, because you've always wanted Steel Path to reward mods to use in Steel Path, and it was like, the set mods. Oh yeah, I've got this part of the set. Let me try out the set bonus. Now, if it was in Steel Path, that would make more sense. Instead, it's just, I don't know, when you're doing anything, you just randomly find set mods. I've messed this up.
Well, I think part of the problem is that the set mods aren't mandatory for a start, right? In games like Diablo 3, like set gear is just, you don't want to not use it. So I think that's part of set mods are very much a side grade. At least to someone that's not educated, they very much feel like a side grade, right? And you just get them, and the problem is, you said this to me a couple of weeks ago, and I'm hanging on it like, the edge of the cliff sort of thing, because this concept alone makes so much sense to me. The fact that you have an infinite storage, I really feel makes you not want to care about any of the equipment, right? It's not so. For example, I'm sorry I'm comparing it a lot, but I think you'll understand. With Diablo 3, I see something that is a blue piece of gear. I don't care what it is. I don't care about it, right? It's a blue piece of gear. I know it's instantly crap compared to my set gear, right? I see a legendary piece of equipment. I'm like, ooh, this could be something worth consuming or using properly, right? But, because there's infinite storage, I don't even have to care about what the trash stuff is, what the blue stuff, what the gray stuff, what the junk items are. I mean, heck, everyone knows what ammo drum is because it is such a meme. But so few people know what some of the other mods are. I couldn't tell you what the status mods are called. I couldn't tell you what the bow mods are called, maybe apart from Thunderbolt. I think Thunderbolt's one of them. And it's a huge... I want to kind of say a huge failing of the game. I also know that you're fighting the Stalker with a turret.
Yep.
How's that going for you?
This is a pro strategy here.
I don't want to watch this.
But this is fairly real. Oh, he got me. Rampart no good. I almost got him, to be honest. I could have finished him off if I didn't use the turret. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Did pretty well at first.
So what do you think about what I just said?
What were you talking about? And I was listening, and then Stalker turned up, and I was like, I can fight him on a turret. That's amazing. It was like good gameplay. It felt different. I was excited for a moment.
My point was the fact that because there's infinite storage.
Yeah. Storage space. Yeah, as a concept.
There's no need to concern yourself not only about the mediocre stuff, but the utterly trash stuff. So you just collect everything.
Also, the same for resource collection.
Yeah.
I remember early days, it was exciting to get, like, we'd hunt for a drop, we needed some plastids, you needed to find a Morphix. I don't remember the last time I'm like, I better go farm just normal resources.
Something.
Apart from argon, I think they really should have done more argons or things like argon. Had
You know,
potential there.
I think the player base don't like argon, but it's like, but it's a necessary way of doing it, because otherwise you're just going to end up with gajillions of everything, and you're just going to get constantly new sodding resources all the time. And then like, where'd you get this from? I don't know. Let me look it up on the wiki.
Yeah, I personally would be fine. For your would you like it for your tungsten path?
Yeah.
It has all the same resources as the normal one, as in like, you know, ferrite. But it's I don't know, it's called ferrite void ferrite
Plus.
or something. I don't know, ferrite plus, yeah.
Cool.
And all the resources are to break down like arcane crystals.
Argon.
Why is arcane? Sorry. Wow, got into my brain there. Yeah. So it's all argon. So you have to do that content regularly to go do the so when they release new stuff, you can't, there's no way to get excess resources for it. You can't pre-prep. When content comes out, you have to play the game to do it. And it's like just for that, just for tungsten path stuff. And, you know, because they've already got all the resources in the game, you know, just they're exactly the same. So, you know, oh yeah, where'd you find Morphix? Oh yeah, it's from this content on Earth. It's from, you know, these places. Where'd you find neural sensors? They're from Jupiter, but they're tungsten versions.
I would say probably the best place to do this is actually Deviri. Not trying to be topical, but the fact that we're going to be in the void, you could say this stuff is like super unstable, right? Or the fact that its composition or its vibrations are specific to a certain time point or whatever you want to say. So you can only use it for X period of time, otherwise it disintegrates.
By bringing it out of the eternalism that is present within the void, what actually happens is you slowly begin collapsing the waveform of the into a specific form, and thus it no longer has the unique potential of the eternalism version, and it doesn't decay. It turns into the normal stuff.
I would like that a lot. So the important thing, we have to be careful with lore here. I like that a lot. The problem with saying it just decays or it turns into the normal stuff is like, what would happen if you were to have two versions of the same character from two different time points, right? The whole paradox of you can save both parents through eternalism, right? So if there's something special about them, maybe they have to stabilize, but maybe we come up with weapons that require the unstable version in order to craft them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not quite following where we're going. It seems to be a bit more complex here. And what you're now onto what you're doing with the resources. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. But beyond the
my point. My point is like, it's like saying, inorganic and organic. You know, it's like, well, at the end of the day, it's all matter. It's all made from like the same atoms and carbon and all that stuff. So what really defines it as organic and inorganic? I mean, that dead body, I mean,
it's the presence of carbon, oxygens, and it's just carbon and oxygens for organics.
So is CO2 organic?
It's used in organic chemistry, yeah.
But is it organic?
It's not inorganic, no. Oh, it might be carbon, oxygen, and hydrogens present on the molecule. So no, CO2 wouldn't be.
Right, okay. But, okay, fine. If that's, like, because that's the problem I have with a lot of... Do you know what I'm referring to? There's, like, so much sci-fi out there that says, like, organic matter and organic matter. And, like, well, what really describes the two?
Scientific molecule organic when it contains not only carbon but also at least one other element. Oh yeah, so
right.
Yeah. Some definitions say a molecule must contain both carbon and hydrogen to be organic. Oh, so the oxygen's not needed. There you go.
Right. So it has to have carbon and hydrogen.
It's carbon, hydrogen, or carbon plus one other thing. I know the carbon was in there.
So hydrocarbons are organic.
Yep. Methane, ethane, and propene are actually on the Google image next to my definition I just read out for you.
But, okay, the whole point I'm trying to make is let's not write ourselves into a corner. Yeah? Loz is in agreement. Good.
Kuva. Do I have... I don't even remember if I've got the Kuva. What's it? Oh, dear.
What's it?
Look, it's Kuva Larveling with a...
Kuva Carrick?
Yeah, I can't remember if I have one or not.
Check your profile. Can you just...
That's a good idea.
Escape?
No profile. Equipment. There's no search, is there? Okay, we're gonna have to.
No, just go to no. Go to primary weapons.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, sure.
Right, and then sort by
name.
Used.
Why?
Sort by.
But it's there.
Because then it'll be at the bottom. Oh, okay,
it's right there. So I don't have one.
Okay.
Get one. Let me hear you.
Cool. Do you have any other points on this?
That's not a. I hate you.
Do you have any further points on this?
No. I like the idea of. I thought this topic was going to be about like weapons used or created from Steel Path, not what to use in Steel Path, which makes me sad. That's kind of like. I agree with them though, and I do find it hard to find stuff like what to use. Now, should.
Spore Lacer.
There you go. What I want next bit though, if people, I did have a quick scan through of the topic. I couldn't see anyone moaning about them, but I imagine it could be. Do you think it's silly when someone is asking for help and people are just like giving them a bad day over it?
Oh yeah, I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like why? What are you gaining from this? You know,
well,
congratulations. You have stated clearly to the world you are better than other people. No one cares.
Yes. But I also moan at them unless they don't post on my Reddit, and thus I get more interesting fashion frame pictures on my Reddit to look at rather than their whining little faces, not knowing what build to use for the I don't know, Spore Lacer that I didn't find myself, but I found on some video or something, and I now know it, but they don't know it, so I get to yell at them.
Yeah. No, I find that sort of attitude toxic, degrading, and boring. You know, what do you gain from being like that?
I told you, I get to see more fashion frame pictures and less them whining on my Reddit.
Yeah, or they just get banned.
I doubt they were whining like that badly, but yeah. So
no, I'm talking about the toxic people.
Yeah, I doubt they were just whinging at them. They probably did nothing. You have to do quite a lot to to do directed stupid things to get banned. You could just be negative, and that would be annoying.
Yeah.
You know. Right. That's it. I think.
So, should we go to the replies?
I work with a Zor and a kick gun. This seems to do the trick, though I think Steel Path is becoming a beginner all over again. I take my time, think and strategize each mission. I might be a masochist. I like the grind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not rushing it, and like on these, I didn't rush the planets and go, yeah, I finished Steel Path in 2 days from release. Now what have I got to do? Yeah, I enjoy it at my own pace. No rush. Next one, Spore Lacer.
What did I say?
Spore Lacer can be a monster of a secondary, and Rivens are fairly cheap for them too. I'll second Xeno for a primary. It's alt fire, pairs extremely well with condition overload melee.
Spore Lacer. The only problem with the Spore Lacer I find is the fact that you just freaking recoil from the stun. I'm like, oh, I'm getting so fed up of it. I'm gonna have to get prime sure-footed on my Oberon.
Ah.
But I think that's an Exilus mod, so yeah. Next.
Yes! My primary vermin slicer is a beast in Seal Path, if anyone's interested. And then they give a build of it, which, do you want me to read out?
Nah. But vermin slicer is, splicer even, is a good alternative to things like the Catch Moon and Spore Lacer.
Yeah. Right, next one. Yeah, that's more stuff. More stuff. Okay, you can make most weapons Steel Path viable with the right mods, so maybe think about what weapons you like. Like, if you like bows, the Proboscis Cernos and Naturuk are good alternatives to something like the Kuvamarama. My base weapon of choice Steel Path is the Fulmin, just because I really like being able to switch between autofire and shotgun style blast without ever running out of ammo.
Like. So, yeah. I mean, as I said, the problem is, like, having that knowledge base of all the mods and things.
Yeah. But it's not just... It's more than that, though, because, like, I could learn the mods, and these are the damage mods. In fact, it's really intuitive, the fact that when I go to build a weapon, I can just type in the search box, damage, and it'll list just the mods that do damage. You could type in crit, and it'll list all the mods with crit. Not just the title of the mods, but the mods that do it. Or if you type in frost or frostfire damage, I'm pretty sure if you type in the combination elements, it will put the ones required for it in it. So if you type in gas, it'll show you any of the mods that are required to build a gas damage element will be shown. And so it's pretty clever. So, so it's more than just learning the mods, so you could use that to know all the mods that are there, but it's knowing what mods to use to build the gun to achieve a goal of breaking the game. Right?
How cunning. Yeah. Cool. So we're done with this topic then?
Yeah.
Awesome. Right. What are you doing on this mission, by the way?
Getting some arse.
Fair. Right. Okay. So time to move on to the second topic, which is a concept topic. Sif Killjoy Grenade Launcher. So this actually came in 2017. A concealable hip-holstered grenade launcher common to rebels in Corpus and Grineer space. Explosions fling superheated shrapnel in all directions. So they're frag grenades. That's the important part. They're frag grenades. The most concealable explosive launcher in the Origin system, which isn't much to say when you consider that it is almost, but not quite, the size of the Angstrom. And when you consider how little the Tenno care about concealment. Across the Origin system, for the Sif, Solaris United and Level Dawn fighters who use it, many of whom predate the Tenno Awakening, this is nonetheless an important characteristic. With its short, stubby profile and falling stock, it can easily be considered concealed. Is that it? I thought the other one was it.
No, this is the one in that post.
Yeah, but that's going to a specific comment. I thought the whole
hang on.
Hold on, let me have a quick look. Yes, it is. Yes, no, that is correct. That is correct. So let's go back to what I was reading.
Oh, that's too tiny for you to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a grenade launcher with duct tape and spit and rust.
Just as MacGyver intended. Sorry. Many of whom predate the Tenno Awakening. It comes with an aiming module that accurately predicts the arc of the projectile with a laser connected to an augmented human's target overlay. It reloads through a system not unlike the Grineer Tsar, which I think is a cannon, so you just put it in the top. Using superimposed loads forced down the barrel, activated through a small electrical shock and eliminating the need for things like a complex firing mechanism, a magazine, or an extra barrel. While this version's grenades are limited use against Corpus, Sentients, and lesser common targets, other munitions such as EMP grenades are commonly sold in Sith territory on Ganymede and for the Solaris United black market. You can visit NPCs such as the Sith gunsmith or Rude Zood to do so. What the fuck is a Sith?
Hmm?
SIF.
Sif.
Yeah.
Is it a person?
I don't know. It makes it sound like a faction, but I don't know if this is like a faction created by the headcanon of the player, or if it's a oh gosh, what's the name of the damn thing? An acronym for a faction that already exists that I just am not aware of.
Sif territory. Sif. No idea.
Neither do I. If you know, let us know in the comments below. But I mean,
Sif. Googled it. Military use. Special interrogation facility.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because there's another one here, which is Level Dawn Fighters. I think these must be headcanon factions.
Ah.
I can only think that's what this is. So, I mean,
it's a grenade launcher.
It's a grenade launcher. It's nice that it comes with concept art, though I can totally get what you're saying by the whole it's been put together with spit, duct tape, and the hopes and dreams of fallen potatoes. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, it's just basically a spud gun, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's guys, it's really interesting that this forum post even exists.
Well,
There's
no.
lots.
Why? What?
Well, I mean, like there's so many conceptual weapons and things in this. Wait, is this one person?
Yes, this person has 679 pages of Fluffy's Warframe concepts, weapons, and enemies. Newest concept: Grineer burst-fired grenade launcher.
When was that done?
That's the newest one.
Yeah, when?
I'm
going to it now.
June 20. Oh no, there's a new one.
This is still going. Last updated last Wednesday.
Yep. Tuesday was their last build, which was the Tenno Charbron Prime Revolver.
Wow. Press that they're still going strong.
Their first one was 2017.
Okay, grenade launchers. How do you feel about grenade launchers?
It's cool.
No, just in general.
It's cool.
I struggle with grenade launchers now because I'm getting so sick of the self stagger. I just want my self damage back.
Oh god, yeah. Can I have self damage if you were launchers? You mean in general, not just grenade launchers? You mean launchers?
Yeah, sure.
Weapon type or an explosive ones of that. Yeah. Can we have the self damage stack? I don't get why they took it out. it was like it was an excellent trade-off. It was a skill check. It meant that sometimes people blow them off, but then if people, that was kind of the fun payoff. Instead, they took it out. So what? That they can play the game brainlessly. You can just run around exploding the floor. Oh well, there's this self stagger. But you put in mods and certain warframes that just nullify that. They've always been in the game. So why did you get rid of the self damage? I mean, I can understand why radiation procs or a game mode like Friendly Fire aren't used. I would like to see game modes based around them, based around Friendly Fire or Friendly Fire-esque stuff, but I can appreciate that. It's really tricky because you could just have people who just troll you all day, yeah? But self-damage is a personal choice. I mean, you could troll other people by failing yourself, but when I go into a mission, I normally don't base my ability to succeed on just what other people I get.
Yeah.
It's only based on my own choice.
I mean, I think having damage reduction mods, having to take damage reduction mods because you are taking a lot of damage is fine, because you're also mitigating the damage of the enemy, right? Having to take a mod because of potential knockdown, because you don't know the true blast radius of this grenade, it feels so frustrating to me. Do you concur?
Want self-damage back.
You want self-damage back? I want self-damage back. I'd be interested to know who else wants self-damage. I'll put a question in the polls. Do you want self-damage back? Because I certainly do. I just feel it's a better method of doing it.
It's not a better method of doing it. It's just it adds more to the game. It adds a bit of depth. It adds complexity. It's a skill check. It makes something feel different. It gives the weapons a very unique niche. They are very high skill based. If you use them haphazardly, you will die. It doesn't affect other people, just yourself. Other people can just ignore you. At the same time, though, you can get some good results to them. Good AOE damage. AOE damage is king. And it's like, since AOE damage has become so good, put that skill check back in. Hell, maybe minimize the damage a bit. Fine, but at least bring it back in.
But the problem is that with a lot of weapons, there's a lot. Oh god, how do I explain this? How do I explain anything, Loz? There are mods that increase the blast radius of your launchers.
Yep.
Right? So it's easier to self stagger, right? And you can't, it doesn't, I don't think it makes the explosion any bigger, but the projected radius or the calculated radius in the game engine is bigger, and it makes it so much harder to deal with. Yeah, could you put the launcher away, by the way, because it's what everyone's seeing.
Right.
There we go. So, you know, but if you've got like damage, I'd much rather damage mitigation than.
Yeah, I would rather that you had to mod into maybe increase the elemental reduction ones. You know, try and mitigate that crazy explosion damage. You know, or maybe a mod that you take 30% less damage from AOE's in general. You know, or non-direct attacks, and it all combines into a effective reduction of the explosions. Rather than just, and now there's no more self-damage. Or hell, even if just a mod that put no more self-damage in. Just that's what this mod does. At least that's better than making it innate. So there's no choice, no difference. You don't have to do anything. It's just these guns will just be more effective now because they... What kind of can you? Because they can't... You just can't hurt yourself, you know? Are those really Xmas units?
Well, they were the Syndicate, and they were infested.
Yeah. They died.
And I don't know what level they were. Probably quite low.
Yeah, well, that's it. I can't think of anything else.
I can't think of anything else. As our notes say, that there were a lot of comments in this. So I personally, I would like to see I mean, I'm just repeating myself now. I'd also like to see a decrease in the maximum ammo capacity of these weapons. Right? If these weapons like room clearers and things like that, I would much rather them be used sparingly than having an ammo surplus of 200 rounds or 500 rounds or a gajillion rounds. Because you never
Most
run out of ammo.
launchers do have a lower amount of ammo pool or lower ammo pool.
Yes, but I'm still saying it needs to be lower still because you just don't, you don't need to worry about ammo, period.
Yeah, but there's so many different ways of getting ammo back now, between sentinels spawning ammo, between mutation mods, between increased capacity, that is it really going to make a difference?
But then that's on you to decide whether or not you want to take those mods. I would much rather have the grenade launcher facilitate, oh, just cleared out a room, but I typically use my pistol the majority of the time. Yeah. Right now, I have my Spore Lacer, which, yes, is a pistol, but I'm wiping the room and I don't have to worry about ammo at all. Because, oh, look, I just got more ammo. Yeah?
Yeah.
So. Okay. There's just nothing else to this topic. So.
Well, it's a grenade launcher, and I like grenade launchers. I like the idea where it shows you kind of like pathing of where the grenade expects to go. That's kind of cool. But again, that'd be cool as a mod for grenade launchers in general.
Yeah, I suppose. Right, shall we wrap this topic up then?
Cool.
And move on to the next bit, which I think is the graphs, isn't it?
Yep.
Cool, right. So let's move on to the graphs. I'm going to put that back there. Right, so the first graph we had, should quests be MR locked? 21% said don't care, 21% said no, and 58% said yes. Which I'm finding quite surprising, to be fair.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is, how could the game accommodate content that some may consider too difficult? 20% said don't change anything. 25% said MR lock. And 55% said NPC indications recommending you go gear up. Interactions, rather. NPC interactions recommending you go gear up. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that one, considering that's 55%, I'm very surprised that the should quests be MR locked being 58%.
Do Outwilder. Your weapons suck. My brother has better gear. Or his summer house.
I didn't know you were coming here to spring clean. You're not doing much else.
Oh, those weapons back in season? They're so retro. Outlander.
You're having fun there. Anywho. Right, what else we got? The next one. How do you feel about the Grenier Destroyer community concept? 32% said neutral and 68% said positive. No one said negative. How does that make you feel, Loz?
It would have been a great idea.
Yeah. Do you think it would have been a great idea? The concept that okay, cool. Right. The next one is, would you like to see trials come back in Deviri? 20% said no. 35% said that they didn't care. And 45% said yes. I gotta be honest, I'm very surprised by the number of people that didn't care.
Really?
Yeah. I would have thought that it would have been like, yeah, no, not, yeah, I don't really care.
The problem with trials is just the culture surrounding them.
is it the culture surrounding them or the perception of them?
It's a combination of the perception of the trial, and then the combination of like having to do something with other people and being worried. Like, well, why are you worried?
Right.
It's a video game. You do it's fun. Oh, but people could moan at me because I don't know what I'm doing. So it's like, right, why is that? Well, because they're it's a limited time thing. It's time consuming because it's supposed to be difficult, and it's got a unique reward that I suppose time do. So if I go with people and I waste their time, they're going to be annoyed, and I don't want to make people annoyed. So I'll just not do the content. It's interesting. Somebody said it as a term. I can't remember if I was watching either Josh Hayes or Asmongold or something like. They're called dungeon something. I can't remember what the term was. And it's like, wow, because the shocking thing was like I felt that exact thing for the Shadowlands. I didn't want to do I didn't want to do dungeons because I was just like, oh, I'll be annoying, and if I don't know it off by heart or watch videos beforehand, then I shouldn't be there doing it. And it just paralyzes you to not do anything.
Right. Whereas
back when original WoW came out, I used to just charge at things with just no abandon. I got to raiding when it's very rare for people to raid. It was I don't know what changed in me. I became old and crippled and cowardice.
Yeah. The next one is should the first trial boss just be a boss in a room? 32% said no, 32% said yes, and 37% said I don't care. So, yep, which is kind of on par with the last one with the number of people that don't care.
That's a perfect distribution you've got there.
Pretty much, right? And then the last one, the goof one, is how would you improve the Grineer Destroyer? 5% said rename it the Grineer Decimator and it kills 1/10 of the players. Add railings for cave drive grinds at 25%. 30% for have the turrets fire mini turrets that should fire even more bullets. And then 40% for multiple simultaneous defensive deep strikes.
I would rename it Destroyer!
Destroyer.
Destroyer!
Would it be created by a madman from another world?
Yep.
Cool. Right.
Chainsaws for arms.
And that's it for the graphs. Do you want to turn those off as well as the topics that's still going in the background?
Topics just be like topicing.
Yep. And now it's time to move on to the supporter questions.
It's time to have a question?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I forgot about that. I need to quickly send this to Loz. Brain. We only have one.
See, just for anyone's benefit, this episode's going to be one of the shortest ones we've ever done. We are in the pre-TennoCon lull, and so it's just very sad. So, Cerugal says, oh, it's all like Nordic and stuff. This font is labeled Runes, and it does live up to that name. Before I read out the supporter questions, I want to thank you all for watching or listening this far to our podcast. Please hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment if there's anything you'd like to say. We read all of them.
You okay there?
Question for Loz. Why do you have so many unranked frames?
What?
Why do you have so many unranked frames? It's a very good question.
So many unranked frames.
Yeah, hells yeah. I don't just, when I level stuff, I don't just go do generic defense and generic sanctuary onslaught thing. I want to play the thing. No, I won't take it back, because you just do the thing without thinking about the item. They're just things to level. They're just stat sticks to you. You don't appreciate the thing you're using. So when I want to level a thing, if it's a weapon, I want to use that weapon to level. I don't want to just stick it on my back and just go, oh yeah, I guess. And it's not. I'm not. That's what I say. I'm not against you here. This is just generic silliness. I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
Not, okay. Just want to make the fact.
It's against me, no one else.
It's not. I'm specifically saying. I'm just making things like, oh, I just go to done thingy and then I level things by just standing around. That Siren gets all the points, and I'm like, yeah, I'm leveling weapons. That's why I'm mastering weapons. So I'd probably have more than enough stuff to get over master rank 30 if I leveled it all at this point. And Warframes especially, I think I was saying earlier at some point, I find it very hard to get into the newer Warframes. I want to use the abilities as I'm using them. I want to feel like I'm using that Warframe, and Warframes are really hard to do that with because you don't get them really their abilities to like the most out of them till they're maxed. So you have to really level it. Oh god, even if you have to sort of level it a second. Yeah, even then you level a second time. You just Warframes are so weird to level because you can't really enjoy the Warframe while leveling it. You just have to level it. It's just
Just you are aware you've hit your daily cap, yeah?
Yeah, you're right. I should go into just slaughter mode, shouldn't we?
No, I'm just making sure that you didn't miss it. You're like, oh, well, when am I going to get this thing done? You know, just wanted to make sure you knew.
Yeah.
Because you were talking.
I
get that. I get that at all. Entirely. I mean, there's just so many Warframes I just don't know how to play. But
yeah, but it's like, but like, a new Warframe comes out. Jaya. Have you even played Jaya?
No.
Me neither.
But I haven't even mastered them up yet.
You haven't what?
I haven't used my hacky way of leveling them up using ESO.
Oh.
Or Sanctuary Onslaught, whatever. Yeah?
Yeah.
But things like Hildren, I just put Hildren through the ESO grinder, and I have no idea how the fuck to play them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it just, you kind of have
Same with Zaku and stuff.
Now, it used to be that there wasn't that many Warframes, so you'd feel like, okay, what's this Warframe for? Is this, it's a stealth frame or a support frame? And now there's just, it's frames. What role does Jaya fill? I don't know. What role does Protea fill? I don't really know. What role does Caliban fill? I don't know. DPS-y thing? I don't know. Frame.
Do you know what I really want to see? Right. I want to see okay. I hate to be that guy. Screw off Necromax, right? Just leave them to rot. Yeah. Have effectively a power suit to go around the Warframe, right? So it still works with the Warframe. And so effectively it's like a Warframe 2.0, but only specific Warframes can use some power suits, right? So start off with, there's a power suit that fits on Excalibur, Valkyr, maybe Rhino, some, particularly melee heavy Warframes, right? And don't make it too many Warframes. And then, again, that is a melee heavy power suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, so you still use the same weapons. The mods have additional effects on the power suits. Yeah. So the mod, so it's just an extra layer, but you can only wear the power suit for a limited time in the mission. And then it's on cooldown. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the key difference between
the thing is, it's very much how they wanted to do. No, they wanted that for focus, kind of like Super Saiyan mode. That was kind of like a short activated.
Oh, the channeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. For melee.
Yeah. No. Operators originally were going to be like a Super Saiyan mode as well.
Right.
Yeah, channeling was cool. I miss channeling. There was potential there. It didn't go anywhere. That made me sad.
So that's what I'm thinking. Just put that on. I think you have to hack the terminal, and I think that'll have the player base more invested. I could be wrong, but I don't think players would say, "Oh, this just feels like a content island." And then you can say, "Oh, well, because this one specific power suit can only fit on these Warframes, wait for the next one, which will fit on, say, Oberon, Equinox, and Trinity." Right? That's the healer one, right? wait for the next one. And then you can have it so that some power suits will actually fit on top of, some Warframes will work with multiple power suits, but in different aspects. So, a protective guardian one could work with Rhino, Frost, and Gaia. Not Gaia, Gara, right? So Rhino has 2 he can use. But yes, you're not limited in that regard. But the problem is the player base is not engaging with systems like Necromechs and stuff because you can't use them all the time. Yeah?
Yeah, like I can't use them now, and it's like, yeah, so... But then even when you do use them, there's no content which requires them. Imagine an enemy that you can always fight. Like, do you know when you first go to the plains, if you start carrying, you can go to the plains, and you can go out and you can stay at night, and there's like an Eidolon there.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could do with that Eidolon. There's no way you can kill an Eidolon at that point. I don't think you can even do damage to it until you get your operator. So the operator has a unique niche. Where's the enemies that require the necromech to kill? It doesn't always have to be that straightforward, cut and dry. It could be anything. It could be like area. Well, they did add in some game modes areas that you require your necromech to go into because you're. Well, I suppose you can use your operator. You don't really need your necromech. It's just an option, really. You could do them with your operator, I guess.
The big important thing is that there will be players out there that will turn around and say like, "Oh, but you can use your necromech in combination with this Warframe and this this amp in order to do a Tridolon in -2 seconds."
Yeah.
Right. But the problem is that you're not forced in that situation, and thus you don't learn about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. Right.
Yep.
I think that's it for the supporter questions.
That is it for supporter questions.
So let's move on to the community responses. Do you want to hit the button?
I did.
There you go. Cool.
Strombus Voichel, listen to this earlier this week. I remembered what I wanted to say, something about thumpers. I kind of like them. They're not dramatic, and you can do them over and over for good mats. You just need to slow down if you're slow. With Slover or Void Shocking thing, the Tenno palette slows things. I forget what it's called.
What?
What? What do you mean?
So I was very confused by what was just said.
They like doing thumpers. You weren't listening.
Cool. There we go. Awesome.
Just doing it. William Sermo. Not sure if this idea is said before, but I would love primed infested weapons. Call them evolved or mutated and have them drop infested railjack missions. Follow up, or better yet, Deimos bounties and vaults can drop blueprints and parts. Or when Plague Star returns, some infested primed weapons can be part of the rewards.
I'm down. I don't know do we have an infested strain of weapons? Because we have the Wraith weapons, which are the Grineer event ones. We have the what was the Corpus ones? The Vandal weapons. Was there an infested one? I don't think there was. No, I really just Actually, no, to be fair, I think you're talking about the Mutalist line. But did those come from events?
Probiscus.
Probiscus.
Look at it.
Oh, how many Probiscus weapons did we get?
I don't know. But basically, if there's a type of something, just look for a Cernos version of it. It's fucking Cernos.
You're not right.
They love the freaking Cernos. I don't know what it is. Cernos Prime, Mutalist, Probiscus, Rakta Cernos. The only one missing is a Corpus variant. It's going to come at some point.
No,
so we've got Mutalist and Probiscus.
We don't have Wraith.
We don't have... Well, that's what's coming. So we've got... There's 2 types, Mutalist and Probiscus. So let's just go... If we just type in here... So there's a Mutalist Quanta and a Mutalist Cernos, so that's definitely one.
I'm pretty sure the Mutalist Quanta is not an event weapon, though. Because I'm sure we got the Mutalist Quanta before we got the Quanta, because it was like weird like that.
Yeah, hang on. If I go equipment, inventory. It's a loading thing.
Baby bell.
And so far, Utah. There's a Mutalist. Viscous. There's only one, but there's dual Ichor as well. I don't know of any other. Dual Toxicist. Embolist. The Ists, I guess, or Cysts. I guess. Hema.
Yeah, but the humor was like the clan dojo tech and things like that. A lot of it is more dojo tech than anything else. Anywho, right, so that's yeah. I mean, I'm down for just like a strain of infested weapons.
But should
Hell,
they be able to infest prime weapons?
no. It's like they can infest weapons that have a prime variant. Sure, so basically the Tenno weapons. Because that's the Tenno equivalent is
So
the
you're saying there
primes.
shouldn't be a Vasto Prime Mutalist Vasto Prime?
No,
Mutalist
but you can
Vengeful
have a
Prime.
you could have a Mutalist Vasto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the scythe? I swear I'm missing this. This is scythe, isn't there? What's that scythe build?
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it's called. I think it's like the. Oh god, it begins with a C, I think. Why don't you just do search for scythe?
Course assist. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's
all
the one.
cyst. They're cyst
Yeah.
weapons. It's part of the name rather than it being a brand.
Yeah. Cool. Next community response.
William Sermo. Oh no, we've done that one. Sorry, Nick Evans. Warframe might benefit from a ping system that's context sensitive in the same way as Apex Legends. Yep, that's what we're saying. This could be good.
What?
A context. Warframe might benefit from a ping system that's context sensitive in the same way as Apex Legends. So when you look at a thing, right, there's one button for ping. Right, it's a bit like the G thing for ours. Like, if you point an object and push G, it does make a waypoint of that thing that says, like, Void Crystal. But it expand on that and make it more complex, you know, make it do things. And
it's not just that, but I think you should be able to do multiple.
Yes, that'd be good as well.
That was the problem. That's the thing that I was trying to highlight, is that you should be able to do multiple.
Yeah. Sopper Smosh. Looking at that boss mechanics, I think that would be a good way to reintroduce squad link in a way, since you have the orbital strikes in order to kill the boss. There could be an orbital shield protecting the boss, and you need to go into the, I think it's railback, says tailback, to disable it. The ground team will use towers to call the strike, and the away team will arm the orbital strike itself.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
And lastly, Zrugel, I do agree that games were harder years ago when we were kids, but that's not because kids today have it easy, or people these days just want things handed to them. I would wager a large part of games being harder would be hardware limitations, whether it be being able to actually save the game, that must be, and come back to it later, or having enough space on the CD/floppy disk to contain more and easier levels of the game. Plus, it had to do with how games are sold too. Now some people like card games, some people like to be spanked. In-game or real, it's none of my business. But when a developer would make a game, he'd sell it for a price and be done. Today, whole companies take years to make games that they want you to come back to over and over again for various reasons. In the old days of Sonic or Mega Man, they didn't care if you made it to level 2 because they already got your money.
There's that, and I also feel that there was a degree of who the game was developed for, and the majority of the time the game was developed for the developers. The developers were playing the games as they were making them, so they grew to be adept at those games before they even made it to market. So, you know, those developers could get to the top level of, the last level of Sonic in a breeze. But for people that weren't going through that experience, it was like, how on earth can you tell me that 3 lives is enough to, you know, so on and so forth?
Well, it's QA testing is important, but I think, you know, there's variations.
QA testing back then didn't exist.
Yeah, but also I do take a front though. When it says in the old days of Sonic or Mega Man, they didn't care if you make it level 2. I do think they did care for Sonic and Mega Man. They did care if you made it level 2, but there are definitely some games like that definitely were like stupid traps that they were just like, this is just a waste of a game. One thing I can remember is the Rocketeer for Super Nintendo. That's a terrible version. Yeah. It's just a tie-in. And Silver Surfer for the Nintendo Entertainment System. You say that they used to try their games and they used to get good at them. I cannot believe that they played that game and tested it.
Oh god, what was the...
It is a crazy ultimate bullet hell where there is no checkpoints per mission, and anything touches you, you die.
Well, look at any of the look at any of the Zelda games for the Philips CD.
No, they're oh yeah, oh no, but at least they're doable.
So,
but yeah, I know what you mean. They're not they're not.
Are they doable, Loz?
I've seen
Are they,
multiple
or
playthroughs.
do they just induce rage and cause people to lose their utter shit? I really want to watch that series on Game Plumps again.
It was a good series. But I don't think you realise how ridiculous the Silver Server for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It is one of the hard. You know how you get games called I think it's called You're the Guy or something now, which is just a stupid trap game.
Oh yeah, You're the Guy, You're Guy Dan.
Yeah, and they're designed to be stupid. Yeah, and it's like everything will kill you.
Battle Kid.
This was the granddaddy of all those concepts, and it was intended not to be like that. I can assume. I'm going to show you a video. We're going to watch a little quick video of it afterwards. And you think that what did you say caused pain and people frustration?
Shit, I can't.
You wanted to watch Game Grumps, the Zelda CDI games. Yeah. No, you have no idea the pain and frustration. The deaths. Yeah, I'm going to show you a video of this. We're going to watch it together. Fucking ridiculousness. Right, that's it for the community responses. So we are moving on now to the memes. Yes, I'll have that in the background. That looks Judas and cool. Right, so all these memes come from the r/memeframe subreddit. I have found the memes, but you can also find memes if you go there. There's a link in the description to all these memes here, but do go there and check it out because a lot of people put a lot of effort into some lovely, lovely, lovely memes. If you ever want to smile during the week, just go there. Maybe even make it a challenge yourself. Go there and try and pick out the best memes that you think you might see next week from the last my pick. So, no further ado, we'll start with meme number 1.
Didn't we already see this one?
I don't know, did we?
I thought we did.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it was only posted 4 days ago. We had one very, very similar.
I think this is another very similar one of just freaking how close it be. No, this one's slightly different because if you look in the back, the other stats, they're the other way around.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, we had a very similar one. But this week there wasn't very good memes. There are normally very good memes. This week was a load of video memes, but I can only pick one video meme for the week, and that is the secret meme of the week, and it is in the description below. And this week one is absolutely amazing. You have to check out the secret meme in the description. If you've made it this far in the video, just stop what you're doing now. Go look at that secret meme.
Don't stop.
No, stop. Pause. Get a new tab. That secret meme is amazing. It's about how you make an orb mother, and it is amazing. Right, meme number 2.
Wait. We're gonna hold out. We're gonna let them go see the other meme. We're gonna.
So they don't have to pause. We're gonna put the gap in, are we? We're just gonna.
No. We'll resume now, but we're incentivizing them to go check it out, even though you've got the other meme up now.
Yeah.
Let's go. Continue.
Right. Oh, hang on. What's happening here? I'm doing things. Right. So, shit meme here. Me and my PC friend in the year 2069 finally being able to play Warframe together, crossplay, just came out.
Yep, seems legit.
Yep.
Kept a hold of that PlayStation 5 just for this occasion.
Definitely, yep, just to play it as it was intended. Right, meme number 3. Sad Tenno noises. Lich. Immune to slash. Tenno.
Yep.
There is only slash.
Yep.
Meme number 4. Grappling hook goes brrrr. Grappling hook. Halo fans. Halo fans to Titanfall fans. You like grappling, don't you? Valkyrie mains.
Lol.
Then we have meme number 5.
Yep.
Me in survival missions. What is my purpose? Use desecrate. Oh my god.
Yep.
And finally, the 6th meme of the week. When Wisp exists, you are no longer in the healer business. Oberon. Salt. Used for cooking, sauces, and salads.
This is.
But yeah, oh, you have roboed. What?
Have I roboed?
You're back. Whatever your reply was, that you roboed it. So
this is best meme. This is best meme of the week.
I might save this as a in the meme numbers, and just like anytime you start like going on a rant, I'm just gonna put the salt up, put the Oberon salt up. Just be like, yep, that's some Oberon salt.
Cool. Right. Okay. That's it for the memes. Don't forget, you can find the secret meme in the description below.
I showed it to Xeno. Cool. He agrees. It's amazing. It literally is amazing. Your life will be improved if you go and watch the secret meme of the week in the description.
right now. Right, cool. So the first community shout out is this Angel Warframe concept by Carl Tabora. Very pretty.
That's very pretty.
It's very pretty.
Very pretty.
Very much like the wings that cover the shoulders. I'm pretty sure. So it's very small and squat for me. There are wings for the shoulders, aren't there?
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice. I like it.
The second one is Hunhao by Dasta Creations.
Ooh.
Where it be my sentient robot daddy.
It almost looks like a giant mech in this point. I think it's supposed to be hovering, but it looks like there's a circle and it's got its hind legs at the back and the big legs at the front. Still amazing. But yeah, stop, please, sentient daddy, stop drinking beers with your drinking buddy in your mum's basement.
The third community shout out is Sevagoth and Hydroid by Free Alloy.
Sevagoth is helping himself to Hydroid's booty, who clearly is not in a mood to share. Share your chocolate coin, Horde Hydroid. I might have gotten carried away rendering that chair, which makes the rest a headache to do. Oi! What?
Yep. I just love the posing in this. Right. The fourth community shout out is Quadruple Petting by Jorial.
Zaku has been improved by the void. Zaku's petting power has increased. Rapturing ephemera extra hands. Quadruple the petting.
Yeah. The fifth community shout out is Hyena from this is pixel art by Dolbebka.
Dolbebka.
Yeah.
I love pixels, man.
He does love
I can see that crawling towards you in animated form, and it should be amazing. It looks like his back legs are broken, but I assume it's because they're just kind of hidden. It's kind of squatting a bit.
Pose. Yeah, it's the pose. And then last but not least, the sixth community shout out is Valkyr by Chicken Draws Dogs.
Commission Valkyr PFP is now completed. Wisp isn't the only one who can make that happy face.
Yep. There we go. And that's it for the community shout outs. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. This is it. It's the end of the show. I hope you've seen that secret meme. If you haven't, Loz would be very sad. You don't want a sad Loz. Much like the fact that Loz only got one supporter question this week. Look at all those lovely supporter names. I should actually update those names. But look at all those supporter names. Those names, they're people that could actually be asking questions. But thus far, only one of them did this week because Thalian forgot. And he's going to kick himself. And Loz is very sad. In fact, Loz, turn off the outro just so people can see how sad you look. That's how sad he is. He's very sad, you know, because he only got one supporter question. Thank you very much, Dougal. Back to the supporter names. Right, bye everybody.
Bye everyone. See you next week. Is next week our last one pre-TennoCon?
Maybe. I think so.
Yes. I mean, we'll be recording another one for release after TennoCon, but next week is the last episode that people will have pre-TennoCon. So I think maybe pre-TennoCon predictions next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you then, everyone. Time to begin the hype. The hype now begins. Okay, that's it. The lull is over. Hype time. Hype from now on. Hype. You hyped?
Yeah.
We're hyped. Hype out.